All right, everybody, and welcome back to yet another edition of the RnRGzrs show. I'm your host, Murph, and as always, thanks a lot for joining us. If subscribe if you haven't, and like a few videos, make some comments, so we can go do some back and forth and whatnot. And I'll tell you what, this is crazy. Living here in the Midwest, and it was 80 degrees yesterday. It was 80 degrees yesterday, and I woke up this morning to snow on the ground, snow on my car. There was snow on my Yugo, Doc. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my co-host, legendary man, legendary Doc Fox. How you doing, Doc?
Doing quite well, quite well. Yeah, crazy weather we're having
Yeah,
for sure.
snow,
And
snow.
it's definitely been a week filled with rock news. We're gonna go
Oh,
deep,
gee.
folks. There's lots of stories to get into. So, yeah,
Wow.
welcome back to everybody, all of our loyal subscribers and viewers. And if you're just checking us out for the first time, it's what we do. We bring you the weekly news and rock and roll. Items that we think you should know. So
Yeah.
we'll
Boy.
get right into it, man.
Oh, here we go, man. Jeez. Of course, the ongoing soap opera that is Motley Crue. It's not slowing down at all, baby. It's gathering steam. It seems. You figured at some point it would maybe settle down a little bit, but man, things have just gone totally nuts. Everybody knows, of course, the quick story. Mick Mars retired. John Five took his place, and we thought everything was fine. And all of a sudden, some rumblings started occurring, and apparently everything wasn't fine. And boy, it just keeps getting deeper and deeper. And the back and forth has really gotten intense. And Mick Mars even spoke up, actually himself, and boy, he's not a happy camper. Yeah. He basically says that he's been carrying them. He's been carrying them for years. He's been, by the way he puts it, he claims that he carried these bastards for years. So see, that's not just carry. I carried them for years. No. He's got to throw a little extra juice in there. Yeah. I carried these bastards, and insisted that he's not gonna let anybody take away from his part of this company that made Motley Crue what it is. So Mick Mars, boy, they had us fooled there for a little bit, Doc. Last year, we thought, oh, everything's all fine and dandy. John Five just jumping in, Mick Mars kicking back, just going to do some studio stuff with them, and everything's fine and dandy. Boy, oh boy, it's just getting worse and worse.
Yeah, we're coming to find out. We talked about last week. Mick's been his cut has gone from 25% to 5%. Which, if that's just road, I need to find out more about that. If that's just road money, that seems pretty fair. But if that's including all the intellectual properties, and I don't know how the publishing is divvied up between them, but yeah, a lot of folks are speaking up on it. I see a lot of hashtag Team Mick, that kind of thing on some of the Motley Crue social media sites and things. So, yeah, it's a big to do. Like I said, what Mick is suing for is access to the financial records to see if he's getting what he should be getting. Because even, according to him, he's not even getting, even with the shitty deal that he got, he's not even getting that much. So,
Jeez, what a shame. And he in this interview with Variety, he states about his bandmates. Those guys have been hammering on me since '87, trying to replace me. They haven't been able to do that because I'm the guitar player. I helped form this band. It's my name. I came up with the Motley Crue moniker. My ideas, my money that I had from a backer to start the band. It wouldn't have gone anywhere. And then to be hearing stuff from people like Bob Daisley from Ozzy Osbourne's band when we were touring with him, and Carmen Appice in his 2015 memoir, Daisley recounted a conversation with other members of Motley Crue on a tour bus where they allegedly solicited his advice about firing Mars, and he strongly advised them against it. So this has been going on forever. 87? Are you kidding me?
well, there's even been Stephen Pearcy, Rat's front man.
Jeez, I was wearing Nehru shirts down in '87.
Oh,
Boy.
come on. Well, you were a little behind then if you were. But yeah, even Stephen Pearcy, a Rats front man who goes way back with Crew, before they were anybody, and says even at the very beginning they were thinking of replacing him in '82. And Robin Crosby, late guitarist, with Rat, he kind of talked Nicky into keeping him around. He kind of thought, hey, this guy's and which obviously he was right, but. So yeah, according to Stephen Pearcy, it's even going back to the very beginnings of it. They, and it is. He never really fit it. I mean, let's face it, the other three guys are wild and crazy. He's strictly about the music. And
yeah, he stood there, and
if it weren't for him, yeah, they would, they just be three wild guys out there who, had their place, but I'm sure they'd be long gone.
Who's the guitarist you just mentioned? Robin
Crosby.
Oh, what a tragedy that turned out to be.
Yeah.
Passed away from age. When he died, he was 6'5", 400 pounds.
Oh, wow.
His pancreas went nuts or something. I mean, that was really a tragic story. I read up on him. Yeah. Yeah. But, boy, there's so many different stories going around. You hear stories about how Mick is missing his marks and whatnot, and making all these mistakes and such. And there was a video somebody put out there of his in-ear monitor feed from the side guy, the monitor guy on the side. And somebody posted his in-ear monitor feed, and surprisingly, people want to know about in-ear monitors. And in this day and age, when you see people performing on stage, you can see it in their ears. They've got the little monitors in their ears, and in that monitor, they can have whatever they want. Give me drums. Give me a little bit of vocals. Leave the bass out. Give me just a bass drum instead. Right. And Mick had basically was his guitar and the click track, the click and his guitar, which was amazing. But you got a real, I heard 3 of the songs and he was spot on. And then you keep hearing members of the band and the management and everybody saying, "Oh, he was a tragedy. He was a train wreck." So I don't know what to expect. He had his
moments, because I saw some video where he's doing Looks to Kill, and it came up time for the solo, and he just kind of kept playing the main riff like he'd kind of forgotten what the solo was. So I'm sure he's had his moments. Maybe those moments are being exaggerated, and because as we're learning, they don't play anything. Nicky didn't play a note. Vince doesn't sing. Tommy, they're all they're all pre-recorded tracks. So,
and of course, the manager said that Nicky played everything. I don't believe anything anymore.
No, he's full of shit. He's full of shit. They're just, as the kids say these days, gaslighting.
True that. New word, gaslighting. Yeah. Absolutely, you're correct. I mean, they're really Jiminy Creepers, guys. Gosh, Motley Crue. They're out of their minds, but it's good for us, Well,
they're working on new music.
New music, which
It's like, okay, who's playing it? But this whole thing's just a train wreck. And then you got, here's exclusive. You will only hear this news here on the RnRGzrs show.
All right.
Nobody else knows this little juicy little nugget of news on the situation. So, many of you may have known that Nikki Sixx played bass on Dolly's upcoming album. We've talked about that quite a bit, pretty much. Whenever somebody else jumps on board. Now, John Five's also part of the project as well. So, there's people from all over. So.
Yeah.
So Nicky, I follow Nicky on social media on Facebook, and he posted up a thank you note that he got from Dolly, and of course Dolly's just the classiest of the classy, and I commented on it just as it had gotten up. It wasn't up for very long.
That's right.
And there were a lot of comments on there. Whoa, I love Dolly. Oh, great. Good for you working with Dolly.
They all do. They love me. Hey, hang on, Doc. Time out. Let me take over here. You big old hunk of sugar, you. Oh, gee. That's right. John Five played on my album. Basically, every musician from the 70s on is playing on my album. But I let John 5 come in because I knew I had a song that needed a bass player that could handle one note well. Well, I knew John 5 could handle that note. So I said, hey, John 5, come on in and play that one note. And John 5 said, no way. No way, we're going to pass it off to the legend. The man, the myth, the legend, the bass player of everybody, the Motley Crue bass player, the jerk off. He's such a jerk off. God. But anyway, I let him play his one note, this Motley Crue guy, and he smelled. I think his name was Nicky. He smelled. But he played his one note well. But he smelled, man. I told him, hey, Nicky, you need to get some high karate or some British leather, English leather, something good to smell, because you're horrible, man. I had everybody playing. John 5, Tommy Lee, I asked him. He's too wasted to do it, but you know what? You what, Doc? You know who I wanted to get is, who's that crazy cat with the video? The other day, Captain Beefheart. I wanted to get Captain Beefheart to play on my album because he got a song. He got a song called Cardboard Balls, and I thought, well, hell, a song called Cardboard Balls would go pretty well with my Titanic twins, if you know what I mean, Doc. But they all did good, and I wish I could have gotten some of the Beatles to play in my album, and maybe some Led Zeppelins, but it is what it is.
I'll tell you, I still think that album is just going to be like a freak show at this point with so many different, really, why not? Let's just, really, why not get the Beatles in there? How about the Stones? Got any Beach Boys you can fit in there? I mean, everybody and anybody's going to be on this thing. It's just going to be some kind of a freak show. She'll probably be, everybody else will outdo her, at some point, I don't know. What do you think, Doc? What do you think that's going to turn out to be with all these different musicians playing on it?
Well, and you see some of the comments, and you see some of, why is Dolly doing a rock album? Well, you're not really keeping up because we've been talking about it for a while. I think it's been out there. She kind of feels obligated. So
yeah.
So anyway, Bill, back to my story. So Nikki posted a thank you note from Dolly, and very classy, very I played your ass off, and blah blah blah. So you had a few people commenting, Dolly's great, love her. So I posted on there, did you really play, or did you have just along to some backing tracks? And what was cool about it was who liked it. Actually, who loved it. I got the heart, the love from none other than Joe Elliott.
There he is.
Leppard.
Joe Elliott of Def Leppard. Dig that, man.
That to me is very, I'm sure he has since taken it back.
There you go.
But
gotta keep the peace.
You saw it. I swear on everything I love and hold dear in my life. Yes. And so I got a big kick out of that. But to me, it's just kind of telling that, and like I said, I commented very early on. You can go on there now, and there's almost all the comments are like that. But I think I may have been the first one. And so he liked mine. But to me, that's very telling. I mean, he's touring with them. And for him to, kind of get a kick out of somebody saying that to him.
Yeah. Well, he's putting out he's talking about making a proper Def Leppard biopic.
Yeah.
And he's talking about, we'd have to pull out a lot of truths that were never told to make it interesting. Well, whatever, dude, I imagine they probably got a few things to say, I would guess.
Yeah, I'm sure they got a pretty decent story from early on, back in the Pete Willis days, back when Steve Clark and guys that since passed and all that.
They can show Rick Allen, wiping out his car and his arm go flying through the air, maybe Coyote picking it up, taking it off. I don't know.
I always liked his response when he thought, "Well, I'm a drummer and I've lost my arm." I was like, "Yeah,
That's the
But,
problem, pal. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, though. You know, you have to deal with.
He's turned it into something. So
Oh, oh,
But
geez.
yeah, so Motley Crue going back and forth, and they're still trying to play active and or
Gosh,
stay active, I should
they're
say. And
such a
they got new
mess.
music, and half of them are on Dolly's album, and but they just can't play live. But here's my thoughts on that. This is why I think they're not playing live. You remember back in 2014, they had said this is the final tour.
Right.
I think they actually had signed something saying that they'll never play live again. So that's why they're playing along the backing tracks. They can't legally play live again. There's a little notion.
Wow. Holy cow. That's freaking me out, man. Ooh. Wow. I never thought of that. Wow. Oh, but at the same time, if the agreement is between themselves, they can always just, renege on it. But boy, wow. Maybe
that was something with the promoters were.
That's amazing, man.
I don't know.
That's amazing.
Just one of my late night little thoughts that come floating by,
Boy, yeah. Wow, like Headley would say on Blazing Saddles, about his thoughts, your tongue is prettier than a $20 whore. But yeah, and oh jeez, it's so.
Wait a
crazy.
minute, what?
Oh, Blazing
Never.
Yeah,
No,
come on, Blazing Saddles, man, come on, legendary.
That's
But
the connection.
it's crazy though. It's crazy. Motley Crue, jeez, and apparently they signed at some point. They actually signed something that any member quits or whatever gets nothing after that point. But
so that's where
Mick
the manager,
claims that he did it under duress. So I mean, this is going all over the place. I love it. Where's Perry Mason when you need him?
Yeah, so that's one of the managers' kind of comments where he says, Mick is not the victim, is what he's saying, and that initially that they were going to do zero, that you were done, that was it, and that they're kind of throwing him a bone with the 5%, but there's got to be more to it, man. There's got to be more to it, and I'm sure it'll come out, and we'll bring it to everybody.
Absolutely,
when it does, so.
Absolutely. Speaking of our soap operas,
our other favorite soap opera
can't go without. Journey, love them, love Journey in a soap opera. This is so great. This is so outstanding because if you recall back, everybody's fighting, of course, blah blah blah, and the singer said, "Well, they can fire me anytime," and blah blah, and just kept going on because of Sean's wife, McHale, who just basically told them Kane and Pineda that they should know their places and whatnot. And it's getting even nastier. This is so great. They put somebody was asking Neil about what happens after this tour, and a fan initially asked, "Hey Neil, so what is the question of the year? What is the way forward with Journey when Arnell and Jonathan Kane walk?" Which myself and a lot of people fully expect to happen after the tour. Which is, good question. And Sean replied, "Won't happen." Then another fan said, "Things always work out that way they're supposed to. We don't get to know how. We just have to trust. If they leave and take their toxins with them, it's opened up a lot of positive space. Anything can happen. Let them go. Is Neil Sean beholden to them? Not a chance. They're nobodies." And the guitarist's response was, "Exactly. Too much drama from them. But they are true narcissists and pathological liars and will ultimately try to rope you in." Nope. Wow. And then a fan chimed in and wrote, "Well, given that about 90% of the current tour set list was written or co-written by Kane and Perry, I wouldn't say he's a nobody, and Arnell was picked by Sean because he sounded like Perry. He ain't a nobody either." And Neil answered with a tweet, "Because of Journey." Wow.
So Arnell's kind of taking that as basically saying, Yeah, if it wasn't for Journey, that he'd be a nobody.
Oh,
So he's doubling down on the "you can fire me anytime" statement. He's says, I'm a
wow.
phone call away, guys.
I'm sorry, man. This is, I got to, just the way this has unfolded and what we're learning and all this. I mean, it just sounds like Neil, man. Neil and the missus, Mikhail.
Hey, leave
Well,
me
now
out of
Neil
it, you
Schoen's
son of a
coming back.
bitch.
Say what?
No, so Neil's coming back. He's apologizing. It's taken out of context.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Quote,
doesn't
unquote.
Sound, it doesn't
Sound out of context to me.
Pretty, yeah.
Pretty straightforward.
So,
wow.
to
Oh,
paraphrase, he's basically saying it's just the media stirring up bullshit to, creating drama to sell whatever they're selling. So, and that's, typical response when somebody, trying to backpedal. But I don't know, Neil. I think you kind of painted yourself in a corner,
man,
buddy.
exactly. Yeah. And
So
boy.
they seem to be pulling up. We were watching footage of some recent performances, and they seem to be, pulling out rings. They're clicking like a well-oiled machine on stage, but
the music
just simmering underneath. Yeah.
No, the music's so damn good that they managed to get through these great songs, but then it's probably hell in a handbasket. Jeez. But thank God, Journey's Neil he supports Mick Mars, so he's getting in. We're commingling. We're commingling the
soap operas.
It's like Days of Our Lives and As the World Turns have joined. Yeah. And they're all insane, and they're making out in the back and shit. It's just crazy. I swear to God. Fucking A, Journey, yeah. Of course, another band that'll never stop giving us good material. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, like I said, I have no doubt they'll make it through this tour. But going forward, as the first fan there asked, it's a little murky as to what their future holds.
Murky and yeah, indeed. Oh, this is
all
cool.
right. Enough of the soap operas.
Yeah. Let's talk about a new video streaming platform.
Yeah, we got plenty of other good stuff.
Oh man, a new video streaming platform for heavy metal fans. Yeah, Thunderflix, as opposed to Thunderlips from Rocky 3. Thank you very much. Thunderflix. Yeah. Oh boy, $7 a month, and featuring great videos from Sabbath, Aerosmith, Slipknot, Iron Maiden. Oh, I'm sure a ton more. There's so many out there. My gosh, that's very cool for those who really want it, man. Here you go. Here's your MTV for metal. Boom.
Yeah. They're calling it the Netflix for heavy metal, and of course, it's price $6.66 a month. Of course, got to. So you're gonna have new releases, live performances, documentaries, behind the scenes footage.
Where's Ricky Rackman?
Yeah, he'll probably be involved, no doubt.
I would hope so.
So they said, it gotta be 666. We're all metalheads. We know what that number means. It unites us. So, perfect number.
Devil horns.
So
good for that.
Be interesting. Man. I don't know if it's gonna be total like on demand per each show or how they have that, or they just, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
Well, they say they understand the film biz, so there you go. And they're metalheads, so they'll get it together. That's very cool. Good for them. You might as well give it a shot. What the heck? If it doesn't work out, you file bankruptcy. It's that easy. I wouldn't know. I've never filed. I don't know. Here's something really cool. Where are they? Okay, where'd you go? There's Metallica. I sort of dig this. They're it's very interesting. They're becoming the first major rock band to release all music videos from one album in American Sign Language. I think that's pretty cool. Right away, what I thought about immediately when I heard about that was the movie with Richard Dreyfuss, Mr. Holland's Opus, because in the movie he had a deaf son, and at one point he'd put his son would sit the speaker on the floor and sit on the speaker and listen to the vibrations and all that. Yeah. So and that's very cool. So that was my That's the first thing I thought about when I heard about that.
Was just for their fans that they have loss of hearing due to listening to Metallica loud over the years.
Oh man. Well,
but they have this. It's a service, the Amber G Productions, and they do interpreting. They do it at festivals and concerts and stuff. And I assume Amber G is the pink haired kind of larger woman, and she really gets into it. She's quite entertaining to watch, because they're doing the air guitar. So they were trying to give you like the whole experience to watch them, I guess. And
right, exactly.
And rocking out.
Hopefully they got huge subs and
doing all the lyrics. So yeah, being more inclusive for everybody. It'd be great to.
I think that's a good thing
bring
for
music to more people that way.
More power to them, man.
Can't go wrong there. Nothing wrong with it.
Good for them. Yeah. So that's very cool. Yeah, have big PAs, big subs, and so they can feel the vibration as they're watching her go nuts, man. That's perfect. Oh, here's a cool item here. Where is it? Where is that, man? Where are you, Eddie? There. Oh, great picture of him right there. Look at that, flying through the air.
Yeah.
That's Eddie Van Halen.
I like to remember him.
Legend. It's still stunning that he's gone. I mean, that
I know
that hit like a ton of freaking bricks.
Yeah, sure did.
But I think one of the best music videos in the rock world is Hot for Teacher. I think it has everything a great music video should have.
Definitely one of the best early ones for sure, man. And 1984. That was
it had everything.
Videos
man.
back then were kind of sucked, but yeah, that one was pretty cool, man.
It's just an amazingly cool video, and the guitar that he used on that video is going to be going up for auction, and it ain't going to be cheap, ladies and gentlemen. It was a custom-made Kramer. It had custom-made Kramer, and the minimum bid was 1.8 million. Sotheby's. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Sotheby's auctions house got it. So obviously it's going to go for more than that's the minimum. So they're expecting 2 to 3 million out of it. And it's interesting. He gave it to a retiring drum tech, and then he gave it to his nephew, and of course then the nephew sells it to a place called Neil's Music, who sold it to the now current owner, who's now putting it up for auction. So
wow.
It's just kind of, I mean, I don't know. He gave it to somebody as a gift, and then it's just, once it got to the nephew has no sentimental value to it. He's like, oh, let me get what I can out of it. Now it's down the line until,
I'm sure very few knew what was going to be worth down the road, or maybe they did. I don't know. You don't just give something like that away.
They shouldn't even exactly. I mean, there's the sentimental value of it.
Wow.
I guess also coming along with the guitar is also the straight jacket and the gloves that he wore. If you remember at the end of the video,
yes,
when they kind of gave the updates of where everybody was, and Edward's resting comfortably and wherever it was.
Yeah, right. How cool is that, though?
So you get
wow.
those too, which...
And in 2009, Hot for Teacher was named the 36th best hard rock song of all time. But in terms of video, it's top 5 as far as I'm concerned in terms of rock songs, because it has everything. Hot Cars, Hot Teacher. Geez, I'm familiar with that. I remember high school. Oh man,
badass
we could.
I
could go. Oh geez,
kind of the cool story. You had the little Van Halens,
yes,
the little kids
and the smoking lead on the tables. Just it had everything. The teacher, took her clothes off. Yeah. You can't go wrong with that, man. That was perfect. So, that guitar, I can't wait to see what that fetches.
We'll see what that exactly. We'll see what it fetches.
Going to be a doozy. And here's something which I'm not surprised at this point. I don't even know if I have them up there. Nope, I don't. But Led Zeppelin, man. Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. Stairway to Heaven. They're going to add that to the National Recording Registry, which I'm quite honestly, it's been probably 50 plus years. I'm surprised it isn't already up there. So,
that's what I was thinking, and I got. Let me pull it up here. Go ahead. Let me pull it up here.
Okay. Well, just the familiarity of Stairway to Heaven can obscure the fact that it is a carefully crafted song. Blah 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 blah. Just a bunch of blah blah. But
so they put in 25 songs. Went in this year.
Okay.
And you look at some of them, and you gotta wonder what's going on here. Okay, here we go. So they got them here in when they came out. There's some old blues stuff, St. Louis Blues, the Sugarfoot Stomp, stuff like that. So that's all well and good. Then you get into the rock era. They got Sherry from the Four Seasons.
Mm-hmm.
What the world needs now is Love, Sweet Love. Why are these songs not already in? Right?
Yeah.
Ode to Billy Joe.
Oh my goodness, that should have been in like 50 years ago.
Imagine John Lennon's Imagine.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Just now going in, right? Stairway to Heaven. John Denver, Take Me Home, Country Roads. Just now going in. Margaritaville, which I'm not a big fan of Jimmy Buffett guy, but
I love margaritas.
But now here's the other ones that are going in at the same time as those classics.
Wait, I'm looking at it right now. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Flashdance, what a feeling. Yeah, I think that right up there with Stairway to Heaven.
Wait a while. I see
Sweet Dreams are made of this. All right.
Man, wait a while, Doc. Hold it right there, Doc. Super Mario Brothers theme?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm going down to that.
What kind of schmuck crap is this?
So you got Synchronicity, Like a Virgin, Madonna. Okay, classic songs, but
right.
You know, if Stairway to Heaven's just going in, they're not on that level.
Wow,
and
not
at
all.
They need to wait a few more years.
Mario.
But then
Brothers,
you get into Gasolina, Daddy Yankee, and I don't know, man.
Wow,
you know, really,
they're stretching, man. They're reaching. Super Mario Brothers theme? Are you kidding me?
Super Mario Brothers theme.
That's just as good as Stairway to Heaven.
It's the same, right up there with Stairway to Heaven. And
my gosh!
So.
How embarrassing! How stunning! I
don't know the criteria for the National Registry. I don't you know how they decide upon that, but just seems very odd.
Well, yeah, truly odd. What the heck kind of nonsense is going on here? Oh, speaking of nonsense, here's a guy who's no nonsense. That's Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson of AC/DC singer.
Oh, yeah.
By golly, finally. You're pretty sure he's waited forever, but the city where he played his first concert with AC/DC 43 years ago, they've unveiled a statue of him. That's how impressed they were of him, you know, back in the day. So
you see, you know, they're doing a statue of Brian Johnson. Your first thought, you know, it's his hometown, or you know, it's some connection that way, but no, it's in Belgium, just where he did his first show with AC/DC.
Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
It must be hard up for tourist attractions. I'm thinking in Belgium, man. I don't know, but
oh my gosh,
Namur, Belgium. First show is June 29, 1980. At the Palais des Expositions. I'm assuming that's the Palace of Expositions.
There you go, man. Yeah.
It was a crowd-funded deal. The local radio station kind of kicked it off.
Wow.
And, looked totally on donations and, you know, crowd-funded, and they got it. They got this Brian Johnson statue.
He didn't even show up. He recorded a video.
Who wants to go to Belgium, man?
Hey, it's a very special place for me. Yeah,
Flemish, I think.
And it was very he says, "There's a very special place for me. It was the first night I sang with AC/DC, and I was a very nervous boy. So that memory will stay with me forever. And now you build this statue." Honestly, I'm not worthy. I don't know. He probably doesn't have a southern accent, but I'm giving it to him. I'm not worthy of this. I'll thank you, and I'll take it in good grace. So yeah, what really?
You can do a good Brian job. Bloody fucking hell, well,
bloody well statue, you wankers. Give me some bangers and mash. Bangers and mash, yeah. So there you go, man.
That should be our new names. That should be our new names. Bangers and mash. Man. Yeah, that'd be
I love them Brits.
I'm bangers.
Crazy nut jobs. Solving crime. Oh, okay. Let's move on here. Way to go, Brian. I'm sure AC/DC will eventually get back out here. Oh, I love this. I love this story about Radiohead. Here, where are they? There they are. Hi, guys. Radiohead. They had a they did a great job on the South Park episode. And if people have seen it, they know what I'm talking about. That's the one where Cartman made the chili. I'll just leave it at that. Cartman made the chili. So we'll leave it at that. But yeah, Radiohead. Apparently, Radiohead's Johnny Greenwood.
Johnny Greenwood, yeah, their guitarist.
He's got no time for the Sammy Hagar vodka or the rum
Tequila,
or anything, tequila, all that stuff. No. He's a good boy. He's selling his own olive oil. Oh, isn't that great? Made in his own farm.
He owns his farm. Yeah, he owns his farm in I don't know how you pronounce La Marche, Italy.
La Marche.
And he's gonna put out his own olive oil of all things. So, don't know if it's just virgin or extra virgin or.
I'll go with the extra virgin. Thank you. Oh no, not even virgin at this point. At my age, no. I'll go for the well used at this point without the virgin. No, but a lot of
that's why I never understood even like virgin wool. Like, how do they know? They follow the sheep around, man.
Yeah.
How do they know?
but and the funny thing is though, a lot of olive oil sold in the States is really crap. It ain't pure olive oil. A lot of it, it's all fake crap. So if he can bring the good stuff, man, if he can,
I'm sure there's some artesian.
Bring us the liquid dank.
Olive oil,
bring us the liquid dank, brother. We can dig that. So yeah, good for him, man. But
I just see him at Radiohead. Don't forget to buy my olive oil.
Yes. Well, it's funny, the voices that South Park gave, or no, it was the real voices, but it was so fun. They sound, it's an addictive thing, though, harvesting and pressing this glorious fruit and spending more and more time with Italian friends.
I guess so, yeah.
That's what he said, in this beautiful country, Greenwood says. It's only a few bottles, but I'm really proud of the final product. For all that, this is what rock stars of a certain age seem to drift into doing, he added, later noting.
No, not quite.
It's Sting we're all thinking of. What the hell is you thinking of Sting for? Whatever.
Yeah, Sting's he's got all kinds of stuff going on. So.
Yeah. So there you go,
good on
man.
Him.
Yeah. And they'll be coming, they'll be releasing,
I'm sure it's not cheap.
Radiohead will be releasing new material of some sort in the next couple of years. So there you go, man. Good for him. You know what? Why not? Everybody's got into the alcohol. Why not get into something that you can use on the stove? You can cook on the stove. Oh, speaking of something that shouldn't be cooking anymore, holy cow! We did a special on there. Well, you can't see it. The Fire Festival.
Yeah.
Fire Festival. We did a special on these festivals that failed miserably, and at the top of our list was the Fire Festival. And I'll be doggone, it looked like Billy McFarland's ill-fated Fire Festival could be making a return. Per the disgraced co-founder, according to this article. So that's horrifying, man. You remember that first one, right? How that was.
Oh yeah. This story is kind of a little disturbing, man. So Billy McFarland, the guy that came up with it, you remember, and Ja Rule was associated with it and all that. But Billy McFarland was the main guy, and he went to prison. He had all kinds of fraud charges, and he went to prison for it. So he's out of prison now, and he's at it again. He's gonna try to do another one. So if you remember, if you see, we talked about it, and then if you ever seen any documentaries on it, that was kind of always his thing. Was he robbed Peter to pay Paul. He always thought the next thing would make up for his past mistakes.
Right.
Well, apparently he owes all this money, and he's saying this is the way that he's going to pay it all back. I guess he was found culpable for paying some of that money back of all the fraud. So I forget the exact quote. I should put that down. Probably.
If you remember, real quickly, to recap the Fire Festival, it was supposed to be a high-class music festival down in the Bahamas or something on some cool island and stuff. And, people paid big bucks for it. And when they got down there, it was hell. Nothing. There was all the bands had backed out, basically. The gourmet food was like cheese sandwiches and the expensive lodgings
Right.
were actually tents on the beach or so. It was a train wreck.
And then there
so,
was a downpour, and nothing happened. No bands show. It was it was a total disaster of disasters. So now he's trying again. He's putting it out there. This is what he's tweeting: is it's finally happening. Fire Festival 2. It's finally happening. Tell me why you should be invited. So he's already taken that angle of this exclusive,
the hoity-toities.
Exactly. Show me why you should be allowed to be here. That kind of thing.
Because I want to lose money again.
And you know what? Anybody that if they fall for that again, like I said, fool me once, shame on
More
you.
power
Fool me
to
twice,
'em.
shame on me. So
Here.
yeah, if anybody falls for this one,
Gosh.
they
Unbelievable,
deserve it.
man. Yeah. If they fall for it, they deserve what they get. So just stay far away from that.
They even tweeted something out to Elon Musk. Fire Festival 3 will be in space. How about that, Elon? Or something, this guy's just totally, literally shooting for the moon, man. I mean,
run away, Elon. Well, Elon's too busy to deal with any of that crap.
Well, he does though. He'll comment on some goofy stuff, I guess.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you're right about
But
that. So
yeah, I don't expect anything less than another total disaster. I mean, this guy just seems to have that written all over him. But,
yeah, that's true.
We'll report more as it comes up. So
okay. Oh boy. Oh geez, here we go. Hi Stevie Van Zant. Man, oh man.
speaking of disturbing stories,
Unbelievable. I really, this blows my mind. It just blows my mind. I can't believe it. Stevie Van Zant, backup guitarist for Bruce Springsteen. He's the one that Bruce sends out to get hamburgers and stuff during breaks and stuff. Tried to make it on his own with a solo career that really never went anywhere. So he's back with Bruce Springsteen. But geez, sometimes obviously people get wasted and drunk late at night, and they tweet something out and they post something that they shouldn't have. And boy, oh boy, here we go. Here's a tweet from Stevie Van Zant. Boy, it says outrageous doesn't begin to describe the actions of these Republican white supremacist scumbag cowards and pussies that need guns to feel like real men. Gen Z, Gen Y, Gen X will unite and exterminate these cockroaches once and for all. Oh, hang on a minute. Time out. Yeah, that sucks pretty bad. Jeez, I hate politics.
Things with that, it's disturbing enough. I mean, coming from him especially, I thought, he was always kind of,
the cool guy.
Yeah.
He's an actor in whatchamacallit?
Sopranos.
A cool guy. Wow. But boy, wow.
And so, and especially, I mean, so divisive, man. Just so divisive. What good is going to come from saying something like that?
Everything
what good
is
could
divisive.
Possibly come from putting that out there. And he's, I don't know how old he is now, 70 something. I'm sure he's well into his 70s, about the same age as Bruce, 73.
Jeez.
And he should know better, quite honestly. He should know better. So I guess it was immediately deleted almost, right? Like almost immediately he deleted that, right? But then he reposted something else, right?
Yeah, delete and replaced it with one nearly as bad, where he raged against and dehumanized people on the right by calling them maggots and cockroaches. To avoid spending half of my day deleting fox-sucking scumbag Russian bots and maggot cockroaches like you, he tweeted, go take away some women's rights. Keep some black people from voting. Go harass a trans event. Go shoot some kids. Do what Republicans do best and get the F out of my feed. I'm sorry. That's it with him, man.
Dude.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm really don't, really. You
remember back in the 80s, he's not new to activism, but this is, beyond activism.
No, this is calling for the extermination of half the country.
Oh my God. Yeah, remember he had the don't want to play Sun City thing? I got that too. I've supported. I got a couple of his albums. Maybe the only two he's got. I don't know. Little Steven and the Disciples of Soul.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them there. And I got
Why that's so
Sun City
you know,
one too. I should put. I don't know if I feel comfortable having them in my collection right now. To be honest with you,
well, really that
I mean, I put them back. I mean,
just you can disagree, but to call for Hitler kind of shit, because that's Hitler kind of shit. When you say extermination, you've gotten into Hitler kind of shit.
Of half the country, basically.
Half the country, because they don't agree with you.
They don't agree with you.
Maybe some of us.
And this was sparked by the Nashville school shooting, right? This was
yes,
yes,
where a trans person, and we have yet to see why they did it. They're hiding that. But I don't want to get into politics, but it's just a shame that he did, and he did so deeply and so horribly. I mean, I can't imagine there's going to be some banners and shit at the Springsteen concert saying, "F you, Steve," and you Nazi and shit.
I hope so. I mean, even people that are
wow,
the left or left leaning. I mean, as most of his audience is.
That's a bit.
I can't
deep.
see they're accepting of this. I mean, this is just I mean, all right, you having a bad day, Stevie? I don't know, but to post it once and then take it down, say, okay, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that.
And then he reposts even more worse, even worse.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Not cool, Stevie, man.
Wow, what a shame. Well,
he's trying to have he's got his Sirius XM thing, the Underground Garage, which is pretty cool station. But I just feel like
I'm sorry, man. Jeez.
He, I don't know, just turning off half the country, man.
Yeah, Führer von Zandt, they're calling him here. Yeah, unbelievable. The last thing we need is hate like that. I would never hate upon, somebody who disagrees with me like that. That's insane. But let's move on, man. Boom. Okay, we're done with that. Joe Perry, hey, a lot of some interesting Aerosmith news, but let's see what's going on here, man. Yeah, let's get to the Aerosmith news right after a quick break. How about that? Yeah, all right. We'll see you in just a couple. Oh, yeah, and let's get to Aerosmith. Absolutely. Specifically, Joe Perry at the moment. Yeah, they're Joe Perry's putting out an album, which is very cool because it features Chris Robinson on vocals.
Yeah, the Back Roads, yeah, sure.
The Fortunate One on the latest single. And we saw them, and boy, was that a great concert, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Girls, oh, man, gosh. Yeah, so, Joe.
Yeah, I can see his voice and Perry's guitar. I could see them blending perfectly.
Oh, yeah, holy cow.
Yeah.
That'd be nasty. So, yeah, that'll be very cool. Perry saying, I'm really excited to get this song out. It hadn't been written when the first version of Switzerland Manifesto, believe that's the name of the album. Switzerland Manifesto was
that was the first one that came out in 2018. Now this one's being called Switzerland Manifesto MK2. So I'm assuming
very
it's
cool.
2.
Very cool. Good for him, man.
Yeah, so that lead single with Chris Robinson is called Fortunate One. So keep your eyes and ears open for that.
Yeah. Busy. He's always busy, Joe Perry. If he ain't with Aerosmith or doing his own thing, he's with the Hollywood Vampires, with Johnny Depp and Alice Cooper and whatnot. Yeah. So he's a constantly busy guy, man.
Yeah,
so
you can see why he and Alice would get along. They're both just work dogs, man.
Workaholics, yeah. And apparently there's a possibility that Aerosmith may hit the road, but with some changes. Apparently, according to Joe Perry, they're talking about hitting the road with Aerosmith, but they've got worries about the drummer, Joey Kramer, because he's been in poor health. So they may be replacing him. A guy named
they
John,
had that was it Douglas?
John Douglas.
Yeah.
They had him fill in temporarily, but it sounds like maybe Joey's health wise, don't push it. I'm sure he's got plenty of freaking money. And sometimes they've got nothing. This is all they've known is touring. So I don't know if they even know how to actually just stop and smell the roses. Yeah. They just, so hopefully Joey, just take it easy. If they get her,
this year's the 50th anniversary of the band, so I think they're trying to make an effort to get out there for that. But He's kind of hinted around with, well, more than hinted around. He says coming up, it's going to start in September and will go into next year. So I don't think there's any dates given yet or anything, but it sounds pretty much like it's going to happen. And
Perry made a comment about Steven Tyler on how he's doing 100% better after his recent, quote, physical issues. So maybe Tyler will get back out there. Boy, good for him if he can, because,
well, we learned some disturbing news on him last week. We won't rehash now, but I don't think that's going to stop him from getting back out on the road. Though.
Yeah.
I think it should be more health than anything, but sounds like he's doing better. So
he says he's doing 100% better. He had a lot of physical stuff going on that finally he really needed to take some more time off, unfortunately. So we'll see if they come out. If they do, they do. If they don't, it ain't gonna bother me. They've kicked ass for, like you say, 50 years. So at some point you got to say, I just don't have it in me anymore to go out and kick ass. Because the energy and the commitment
it sounds like Joe does, and he's doing his other stuff. So let him do that. But I can see him wanting to get out there for the 50th anniversary too. So I'm sure those tickets will get in with the.
They're launching a tour in September, so
tickets will probably be in the 4 digits as well. So we'll see.
Man, oh man. So yeah. So we'll see what happens. Probably Kramer won't be there. His wife passed away last June. So why push it? Especially if your health is bad. Jeez, don't push it. My gosh. The music they've given us, gosh, I've been, I have older brothers and sisters. So, I heard all that cool stuff. But, and the early Aerosmith albums are just fantastic. Just magnificent. Be proud of your. Be proud. Yes, I did. I saw them at Tinley Park Amphitheater.
I saw them at Alpine back in the day.
Yeah.
In the 80s. So
yeah, my friend was a big fan of Aerosmith, so we went and checked them out, and of course they kicked the ass. Yeah, and we were. I swear to God, we were pretty much in the lawn right where. We sat in the lawn right where the rock and roll geezers sitting now. Yeah. So very cool on that. And also very cool, I thought this was pretty cool, was the fact that the Foo Fighters are, they're back out there getting the gears jammed up. They added 6 more shows on their headline tour. Washington, Utah, Nevada, Virginia, Arizona, Texas. They're going to get busy. Dave Grohl's going to get out there. It's time to start celebrating Taylor Hawkins as opposed to. Yeah,
they haven't announced who the drummer's going to be yet. There's been a lot of speculation and teasers, and
they've mourned, and now it's time to get back out. So good for them. Why are they teasing this? Why not? Well, geez.
It doesn't hurt sales. Schedule, keeps people talking about them. We're still talking.
I'm looking at their schedule. I see nothing in Illinois.
Yeah, not coming around here yet.
Oh, come on, Hollywood Casino, Casino Amphitheater. We're talking to you.
No way. They're going to Soldier Field if they're coming around here.
Oh, crying out loud! The parking's bad. Come on, Foo Fighters. Come on, Grohl. No, the parking's great over here in Tinley Park. It's right off of I-80. It's the highway of the nation from east to west. Come on, Dave Grohl. Come on.
Give it up,
have pity. Pity on us, Dave. You're such a downer, man. Come on, Doc.
There's no way they're going to play a venue that small, man. No way.
Okay, boy, if they do, I hope they do so I can laugh. Ha, ha, ha. But you're right. Yeah, they'd go to the big ones where they're pulling in 60, 70,000 people.
They're playing Wrigley.
Yeah.
But they got the Breeders will be opening up for them. I know 6 shows. I don't folks remember the Breeders. They had some stuff in the mid-90s with Kim Deal, formerly of the Pixies, kind of leading that group. So yeah, some cool stuff. But you're talking about Josh Freese, talking about Matt Cameron. If you remember when this first came up, I brought up Matt Cameron just kind of jokingly, but I guess he's kind of in the mix now, being talked to. Of course, he denies it, but take that for what it's worth. So did John Five; he denied it too. Remember? And then Rufus Taylor would be the third guy that's kind of really receiving a lot of speculation. So, that'd be kind of a cool one. I could see that one probably. That would probably be my pick, probably out of the three. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, see what happens. Hey, you never know. Jeez. Yeah. So, and also, good old buddy Sammy. Yeah, that's too crazy. There we go. There's a nice backdrop. He's yeah. I love when musicians, they give their time and efforts to charitable organizations. That warms my heart. As a matter of fact, look at my shirt here. I'm monthly contributor to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. I donate monthly, so we got to give what we can, and it's good to see musicians do the same thing because they can pull so much. Their resources can really bring in big paydays. And a
lot of awareness and just
absolutely. So Sammy, he joined with his buddy Michael Anthony. Legendary Van Halen bassist and constant companion at this point, musical companion with Sammy at this point. They're like joined at the hip.
Yeah,
and Nancy Wilson and a whole bunch of others at the an 8th annual Acoustic for a Cure. So there you go, man. How cool is that?
Yeah, this in the Bay Area, so it's a lot of Bay Area musicians, and it's mostly Sammy and Bob Weir. Of the Grateful Dead. Bob Weir is
excellent.
The two of those are those two guys.
Vic Johnson is in there too, of course. Is his guitarist.
Is guitarist now. Yeah, I really like him. Yeah. Cool. Taj Mahal, Don Was, Nancy Wilson, the Heart. So yeah, Chris Isaac.
Chris Isaac.
Yeah. I would love to see him in concert. I gotta be in a certain mood. I'll throw on some Chris Isaac.
Moody. Yes, exactly.
I always hear his stage banners like top notch, man. He's like a very, very, very funny, very
very cool. Well, we'll see what happens.
But that's for the pediatric cancer program at UCSF. I'm assuming that's University of California, San Francisco Children's Hospital. So.
Good deal.
Yeah, good on them. Sammy's all about that now. He's like at the point now. He likes doing stuff, but
he's so filthy rich.
That's what he says. He's got more money than he'll ever spend, and the point now is just trying to help, man. So stuff like this is what he's all about at this point. So good, good
and and good for him. And I wish more rich musicians would come out and do this stuff and go ahead and admit it. You don't have to be shy. We're glad to hear that you're really, you're putting your fame to good use, because there's plenty of need out there with the Shriners and St. Jude's and cystic fibrosis. There's plenty, and there, all these rich folks, you can go ahead and keep it, but you're gonna die with a whole bunch of money. Well, you don't need that,
There you go.
Put a bunch of it to good use. And
so it's 8th annual. I guess they got held up a couple years with COVID, but back at it. So
excellent. Good for you, Sammy. Are we seeing him this year or no?
No, we saw him last year. But
okay.
Not this year.
Oh, here we go. Oh, geez. I didn't even post his picture because I'm so disgusted. Ted Nugent, he before we get into what he mentioned about his career, this really disturbs me. He accused Dolly Parton of being a Satan artist.
That's taken out of I didn't hear that. I watched that video and he didn't say he was saying like the country. He said they're not country artists anymore; they're Satan artists. And I think that he was just kind of throwing, are you calling Dolly a Satan artist? I don't know, but I didn't hear that.
No, so it was taken out of context.
Yeah, I think so. Kind of.
He doesn't really get taken out of context a lot. He comes right straight out.
In terms of the when we were talking about on the CMT Awards a while back.
Oh boy!
One of the who was it? Kelsey Ballerini, I think was her name. Had
a bunch of the
drag queens,
the
RuPaul's Drag Race queens come out and Ted was criticizing that it's no longer country music. It's turned into Satan. Now all these people are Satan artists. They're not country artists. Ted. He just makes up stuff as he goes along. Man.
He goes a little bit overboard, but at the same point, he has announced that he's going to be doing his final tour. Which, wow, man, good for him. I saw him back in his heyday. And I think I saw his tour for the Ted Nugent album, and that was magnificent. He was real powerful back then, put on an outstanding show, just loud as all hell at the Aragon Brawl Room. I remember that show specifically was just amazing. But after his, he's been at it forever, 74 years old, and he said, they're going to do one more
back to
tour.
Boy Duke's days. Oh gosh, man.
Yes. Even before that, in the mid '60s, like late '60s.
And he was one of those guys. People may know. Remember, like Chuck Berry and artists like that. They would just pick up different artists as they went from town to town. And Nugent was one of those guys. He played with Chuck Berry and a few other people like that back.
Wow.
Talking about yeah, pretty.
But
cool.
in any case, Terrible Ted. He's got so many nicknames. It's crazy cool. Terrible Ted. He's
Motor City Madman.
Yeah, Uncle Ted. But he said now, priorities have taken over in his life. He says he brings his dogs with him, and he's got grandkids now. And he says, I can't be going on tour and dragging grandkids and dogs with me because I can't be without them. I fully understand having 6 grandkids and one on the way, and I see him on he posts on Facebook a lot, and he's whenever he's outside, he's always got his dogs with him. I mean, the dogs are just the coolest things ever. So I fully understand that he just doesn't want to go on tour and be away from his family. His animal family and his human family.
Yeah, he says hotels feel like prisons at this point. So
yeah. I got to feel like that to all these old guys who've been doing it for 40, 50 years. It's just, God bless them that they're out there even still giving it hell because, it's got to be hell. And Ted finally realizes, like, Jesus, I say, and, it's not like he's, when he's not, touring, he's living in some apartment building in a high rise in Chicago or New York. No. He's got acreage out in Texas. He got acreage in Michigan for hunting. Yeah. He'd rather be outside than anything. So, and I'm sure he's filthy freaking rich. So, give us one more good tour,
he'll still
Ted.
be working on music. Kind of.
We saw him. We saw him like 3 years ago. We saw him
right before the pandemic.
COVID. Right. Yeah.
19,
Yeah, so I'll be darned, Ted. Give us one more good tour, and boy, we've got all this great music.
It's not coming around here though, not yet. Anyway, nothing's announced. So,
hint, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater.
Yeah,
come on,
I could see there. For
Step up to the plate. Come on, but yeah. So, and once he retires, I'm sure he'll be totally going off the wall politically. So, that'll be fun to watch. He's totally out of his mind, so that'll be fun to watch. Oh, attaboy, Ted. Jeez. Well, here's something that's sort of disappointing. I thought I saved this picture too. But Machine Head, I've known a Machine Head. I've listened to some of their songs, the Blood, the Sweat, the Tears, whatnot. But they've canceled their entire upcoming USA tour. The whole freaking tour they had tired. They got away from it, and it's all because of here
issues.
Yeah, let me see that. I'll just do it in the British accent. As you may know, half the band, as well as a handful of key crew members, reside outside of the U.S. And while the work visa process can often be quite lengthy, costly, and complicated, in the past we were able to quickly apply and be granted the needed documents. The same process we've been using forever, and most recently with both the pre-COVID Burn My Eyes 25th anniversary tour and last year's sold-out Electric Happy Hour tour dates, this was the last thing on our collective minds. Unfortunately, this is not the case this time around, and it is with immense frustration that we bring you this news. So yeah, all the trying to get people from that aren't citizens into the country apparently is proving too much of a pain in the ass. The whole tour.
Yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that. It's been I remember Bauhaus had some issues like that a while back coming over. So yeah, apparently they've I don't know, changed their policies on that stuff, and it's a lot more time consuming, and these people just weren't prepared for it. It sounds like
man,
so,
oh man.
Yeah. So if you're a Machine Head fan, sorry, your whole tour.
Yeah, I'm sure that and I'm sure they would have been coming probably around Joliet. They would have been coming through. So
yeah, possibly,
all those damn logistics. Jeez, I mean, creepers. I won't even get into it. I won't get into I won't. Okay, moving on, because politically we're going to keep away from it. Moving on, though. Hey, here's another problem. Geez, George Thorogood. Geez, we saw him last year, kick total ass, gave us exactly what we expected.
Yeah.
And he's canceling all his performance too from April 27th through May 21st. And there's a bunch of performances in there, but he's been diagnosed with a very serious medical condition that requires immediate surgery and quite a few weeks of recuperation and healing. And they didn't say what it was, but when they talk like that, it's obviously fairly serious.
Yeah. Yeah. So most of the dates were in Canada, pretty much exclusively. So, but he says he'll be back out there. Good old George. That's one of the guys like you were talking about. That's all he knows. I'm sure that's all he knows. I don't even know if he's ever been married. I can't imagine him even being married.
I don't know.
Can you imagine being George Thorogood's wife?
But, yeah, give me a wine. Yeah, give me what is it? A shot, the beer. I can't remember. I can't get it off the top of my head. His big hit. Give me 2 shots,
one bourbon, one scotch,
one bourbon, 1 scotch, and 1 beer. With his growl. Yeah. So, what a bummer on George there. Oh, well, come on, get better, George. Well, here's someone who'll never get better. I got the best picture of him up here. Where is it? I love this picture. There it is. There it is. Gene Simmons. Isn't that nice? Yeah, finally, you can see his eyes. The devil eyes black as coal. No. But Gene Simmons, what a trooper. How long has he been? They've been going for like 50 years, right?
Well, this is their 50th anniversary.
And it's one thing to play 50 years, go out on stage, put on your comfortable pants and your comfortable shoes, and go out on stage all comfortable and playing boom, 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 50 years, whatnot. It's a total another thing before you get out on stage to have to put on this horrible leather outfit with these 6-inch freaking heels. Yep. Every night wearing makeup and going out there and kicking ass, and at 70 whatever doing it still, that's amazing. And we actually saw a sign of Gene Simmons's weakness when he actually had to sit down and take a short breather at one of their recent shows. So what do you think about that, Doc?
Yeah, I had a show in Brazil, which I can't help but think. We just had the issue with Joe Elliott in the Colombia and the altitude sickness and all that. But Gene says it's just a little dehydration, and I just needed some water, and he was good to go. So there's video out there where they paused the show for a little bit. He's sitting down, and I'm not exactly sure how long, but he played a song or two sitting down. And Paul addressed it. He goes, "Hey, we got to help our friend, right? We love him, right? We got to hold on, pause, and help him." So, but yeah, you're right. I mean, he's 40-pound boots and 100-pound costume and
50 years.
Got makeup on your face. You're probably not sweating real good.
Yeah. You know, your
just,
pores need
exactly.
exfoliating.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what
But,
a trooper.
Yeah, he just got some water, and then the
Boom.
demon was back at it. Man.
Back up again, man. So whatever you think about him, he's a real trooper. And speaking of what you may
He's still
think
a
about
dick.
him, yeah, he's still a dick. And shall we expound that statement there a little bit there, Doc? I think we should.
That's easy enough to do.
Poor Gene's. You know, poor Gene. Jeez, Gene. Yeah, he said some pretty stupid things in his career.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
Well,
gonna
you
go
know what?
real.
When you're driven by money, that's what you do. You say stupid
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. And I'm gonna. This is according to Ranker. God bless him. They said some of the 15 worst things he's done, and number one was he told
Only
depressed people.
15. Yeah,
He,
you probably could have gone for a
he
while.
told depressed people to end their lives. Well, that ain't nice to say, Gene.
I remember that.
Yeah. What an idiot. But you know, talking out his ass. Okay, we'll move on right through that one. Here we go. He tried to trademark the devil horns and gesture.
I remember that too. Yeah.
Oh, Ronnie James Dio's going to have something to say to you about that, Mister. Geez, I think his grandma will.
And he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah. Gene tried to come up because if you look on the Love Gun album, I should pull it out. But you look on the Love Gun album, he's kind of got that, the devil horns, but he's holding it down. His hands are kind of down by his side. He's not, rock. It's
right.
just that's just the position of his hand. So I guess for him, that was enough for him to claim it. And, and you know him, he's big about getting things trademarked and and stuff. Which
it is what it is. But
like
come
I said,
on,
when you're just motivated by money, you're always thinking in those terms. You try to trademark what you can.
Ronnie James Dio's grandmother's going to complain about that
Ronnie
one.
James Dio's the one that
And then here he goes. NPR host Terry Gross, female. He told NPR host Terry Gross to welcome him with open legs. Attaboy, Gene. Oh, yeah. Well, he supposedly nailed. Well, we'll see if that's in the list. You know, his proclivity for getting with women. Number 4. And then his new cover metal, his new metal cover of Prodigy's Firestarter. What the hell's he thinking?
Oh, that's when he had that solo album called Asshole. Yeah.
That's great. Number 5. He apparently thinks only straight men can be musicians. Attaboy, Gene. That's good thinking there. Yeah.
Well, Elton John might have something to say about that.
Holy cow, legendary.
Many others, but
legendary. Yeah. Freddie Mercury may question that. He called Prince pathetic after his death. And I think he was basically talking about the drug use.
The drug use,
not Prince himself, but just the drug use.
Yeah.
So and it is horrible. Fucking drugs. Number 7.
Well, he's always been that high and mighty. He's never done any drugs, and he never touched anything. And the reason being he's talked about is because he's a big time mama's boy, and he would never want to disappoint his mom. So he just
there you go.
Anything.
You can't go against that, I guess. No. Not when it comes to mom.
Yeah.
Number 7.
I guess I've disappointed my mom on that level. I suppose.
Here we go. Number 7. He claims to have slept with nearly 5,000 women and suggests you tell women you want to sleep with their moms and sisters. Attaboy, Gene. What the hell is that all about? Wow.
And this is back in the day before, Tinder and all these hookup sites and stuff. Yeah.
He says,
it's like 4,800. There's an episode of Family Jewels where he does a lie detector test. And, Shannon wants to ask him all these specific questions along those lines. And they ask him, have you been with 5,000 women? He's like, no, I only passed it. And then she's like, wait a minute. Have you been with 4,800 women? He's like, oh, yeah, I guess so. They kind of rounded up to 5,000, but it's like 4,800 some odd women. Supposedly he has Polaroids of all of them. But then there was a big burning ceremony where he and Shannon burned them all, and kind of a thing. But
oh, brother. Okay. Well, here we go. Okay, number 8.
Probably is, man. He was with Diana Ross and Cher, for crying out loud. He probably was with 4,800 women.
Sure. Wow. Okay, number 8. He sold Kiss condoms with his face on them. Well, I'm not surprised about that at all.
With his demon face or his real face?
With mouth wide open, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, tongue hanging out.
I hope the demon face at least. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Number 9.
Real face coming at you in the middle of the night there.
Number 9. He demeaned Rihanna in a rant alleging female pop singers aren't real musicians. Well, they're singers, but they don't play instruments, but they are singers. So I don't know what to say about that. Anyway, moving on. Number 10. Kiss sold bags of air for $3.99 and made millions from it. There you go. There's your marketing. Man. There's your marketing with the not only the Kiss caskets and the Kiss whatever the hell.
Was that the air guitar string deal?
Yes, a brand of air guitar strings.
Okay, yeah.
Tens of thousands of units. Wow. People. Don't be...
Dude, I got these Kiss air guitar strings, man. Check them out. Way better than them other ones we had.
Oh, yeah. Air guitar. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Number 11. He threatened to send hacker group Anonymous to jail and suggested they get assaulted. And a boy, Gene, he's going to take... I'm in charge here, guys. I'll get Anonymous. Yeah, I'm Gene Simmons, damn it. I'm the demon. I'll get yeah, sure you will, G. You'll get Anonymous because you're so good at computer hacking and whatnot. Yeah. Good riddance. Feeling too big on himself. Number 12. He demeaned Guns N' Roses and blamed Axl Rose for the band's implosion. Well, I could see.
Is he wrong?
Is he wrong about Axl Rose? I don't think so, really.
Think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, boy, Axl has definitely created some situations there, with his tardiness and whatnot. Oh, boy. Number 13, he called Islam a vile culture in a rant on an Australian radio show. Well, there he goes, getting into politics again. He's just
he was brought up over,
Yeah. Well, yeah. He is Jewish and
moved out like 8 years old. I want to say.
Problem, yeah. So he would probably have a problem with that part of the world. So I'm not surprised about that. Number 14, he was sued by an ex-girlfriend for making her look like a nymphomaniac. And a boy, yeah. Making her look like, or was she really? What's her name? Can I get her name, Gene? Please? Okay, number 15. He trashed hip-hop music and culture in a racist rant touching upon, quote, gangsters. Jeez. Don't go on racist rants. How about that, Gene? Jeez. Number 16. Oh, boy. He demeaned Madonna, comparing her to a karaoke singer. Well, yeah. I'll tell you what, there was in the 80s, she was the queen of pop, and I don't not even talk about her hits there. Talking about like Beautiful Stranger from the movie with Michael Myers, the spy movie. Gosh, I can't even remember it all. And Don't Tell Me. Those are very cool. So Gene don't know what he's talking about there. He pulled a power move when his naughty tape leaked. Oh, what the hell? His naughty tape. Well, jeez.
I never heard anything about that.
Gene Simmons threatened the website that published a video featuring a lewd act between him and his longtime girlfriend, Shannon Tweed. According to TMZ, Simmons' lawyer sent a cease and desist to the website alleging copyright infringement. The lawyers claimed the site had no right to use Kiss's signature face paint in promoting the video. Simmons also bought the rights to the tape as soon as he heard it existed. Simmons was filmed without permission or knowledge, so he's a victim in this situation. His superior business skills and compulsion to copyright everything worked in his favor. Boom. So nobody's even seen it because he slammed the door on that son of a bitch like quickly. Wow. But he's still a dumbass. Austin Powers was the movie that Madonna did with Mike Myers. Yeah. before I forget. So there you go, man. It's wow.
Yeah, he is kind of but I'm still, I mean, they were my childhood, band. They were my gateway drug, if so to say. I mean, dude, I mean, obviously, tastes change over years, but yeah, I was a big Kiss fan back in the day, and I always thought too, if I ever like won the lottery, that's one of the things I would do is buy me a real Gene Simmons outfit, dude, like a real, demon outfit, man, just to have. But yeah, he's still an asshole, but he knows it.
Yeah, I didn't mind, I didn't mind them, their early stuff, especially their first live album. I've got that one, and that was good. That was some good hard rocking stuff, man. So, yeah, and they've been going 50 years with the damn face paint. That's got to be insane. I really, I don't know how they can do it. Boy, just like I say, it's bad enough just going out there for 50 years.
That's how they make the most money. That's how they do it.
Oh boy. That's just amazing, man. But freaking
if they didn't go back to they wouldn't be. They wouldn't still be out there. Nobody would be going to see Kiss if they were still doing their '80s stuff. With the without the makeup. No way.
Yeah. No, they're like the Cirque du Soleil of music. Just keep going. But hey, man. Good times, Doc. God, a lot of news this week, and geez, I'm sure it's just going to keep building as we go. So thanks a lot for helping me out again, as always, my co-host friend, and do me a favor and take it home, eh?
Yeah, boy. Yeah, lots of news to cover this week. We got the soap operas of Motley Crue and Journey keep rolling, and then just all these interesting items just keep popping up, and we'll keep bringing them to you. So if you haven't done so, if you enjoyed our episode somewhat, and maybe go back and check out some others, and think you want to keep up with us from week to week, please subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. It means the world to us. So until then, we will see you next week, and we'll do it all over again. Have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody. See you next time.